It's your boy P.I.L.L. and I just jumped out of the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Okay then.
I gotta work in the pole, she doing mad tricks. I put your shit in the bag, yeah.
All right, so we got Pill off the porch with us today. How you feeling today, bro?
Man, I've been out of the porch, man, so this is a perfect place for me.
Yeah, man.
Contrary to what's being seen, I'm actually on the porch right now, but maybe I should jump off the porch.
You can do that later. Nah, I appreciate you coming by, man. You know, we've been a day one supporter of you, man, since the old blog spot, 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
You know, so
Early on.
we got to hear the story, man. We got to hear the story. So let's take it back, man.
Okay.
You from the Westside?
Of course.
Okay.
I went to West Atlanta to be exact. You know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers be claiming the West Side, but they not really from the West Side. You know what I mean? I'm from Kimberly Court to be exact, right down the street from here.
Okay.
You feel me? And I went to, my first elementary school was West Atlanta before I even moved to the Ville. You know what I mean? Like KCP to be exact when I say Kimberly Court, but I went to West Atlanta. You don't get no more West Side than that.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's the, like West Atlanta, bro. Come on with the joke. How you gonna defend that?
Yeah.
You feel me? So, you know what I mean? You know how this shit go, Hayes. Yeah. Like, everybody wanna see the receipts. I got the receipts.
Nah, for real.
Go look it up. I went to West Atlanta, my boy. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is.
Yeah, talk to us about the changes that have happened here in Atlanta since when you were first coming up till today.
I mean, it's pretty much gentrified, and it's not something that I'm against. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people try to voice their opinions about what's happening, but the change is for the better at the same time because it's more lucrative when it actually comes to hip hop and when it comes to, you know what I mean, the black dollar circulating or the dollar circulating period when it comes to music in this city, because there was a time when this town wasn't actually noticed when it comes to the talent and the things that we have to offer. You know, and I just like the way that we have ascended to the stars at this point when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm very appreciative of all the people that has came here and all the people that have grown here as well. And it makes me feel proud to be a Grady baby. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people say they from Atlanta or, you know, I'm from the A-Shouter, you know, I'm from down here for real, but where you from for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Grady baby. Yeah. So it's a difference. I'm an actual native. But like, I like what's going on. Like, a lot of people get mad. You know what I mean? A lot of people get mad. Excuse me, y'all. A lot of people get mad and, you know, they be having some shit to say, but listen, partner, paper being made. I'm glad everybody from out of town is here at this point. You feel me? Because that's more money in your pocket. It's on you if you ain't getting none. That ain't got shit to do with us. No. We try to make a dollar out of 15 or 14 cents at that point. You feel me? So, like, I love it. If you like it, I love it.
That's real right there, man. So what had inspired you to start rapping at first?
I mean, when I first heard LL Cool J, you know what I mean? Mama said knock you out. When I first heard Kilo, cocaine.
He was from your neighborhood, right?
He from the hood, you know what I mean? So, like, and he used to hang with my brother to be exact.
Oh, yeah?
Tony Roney. He's hanging with my brother Fish. So, like, it was just something about it that instilled it in me. And I remember my first rap, you know what I'm saying, when I was in Kimberly. And from them to, I want to say, I mean, I love Magic Mike. You know what I mean? I like the whole era when Jelly Bean was open. When people were dancing. You know what I mean? Raheem the Dream. You know what I mean? Count came a little bit later on, but Kilo, oh my God. Outkast came a little later, but Kilo, oh my God.
I feel like he doesn't get his respect, man. He
don't.
started so many trends that are popular
Kilo.
today, and he was doing this, over 20 years ago.
Yeah, Kilo was, you know, like really that nigga, like I don't think people understand how big of an influence that Kilo has on the Atlanta music scene in general. Cause he was already doing the sing song, the rap, the producing and shit, and I just remember the shit. My super co-producer, like that shit was so hard. And I was like, I want to sell drugs and rap. Like, as soon as I hold it. You know what I mean? I was a killer watching Dunny, Tyrone Pope them with the triple gold D's on the IROC Z, coming down Fairly Way. You know what I mean? Like, it was amazing. It was like I was watching New Jack City in real time with the Kangos and the velour suits and I was just like, my brother Fish and Baldhead then was out there and I was just like, do what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I almost got suspended for saying I want to sell drugs. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Yeah. How'd you link up with Killer Mike back then?
I was at school, I was going to Dub. They got there. His cousin, Chris Brown, no relation to Chris Brown, that's not actually the Chris Brown that you guys are thinking about, but shout out to Chris Brown. But his cousin, Chris Brown, played ball with me or whatever, and I used to rap in the cafeteria. Like every other guy that rapped around the hood and did their thing, and I used to always be busting. So they set up like a party, and his big brother, Cuzzo, you know what I mean, was Killer's manager at the time, you know what I mean? Hope I see Cuzzo soon, like, hopefully good, but like, Cuzzo goddamn was at the party, and they had like a camcorder, you know, back then, nigga had a camcorder with the microphone hooked to it and shit like that.
No camera phones back then.
Yeah, it wasn't no camera phones. It wasn't no goddamn catchment every moment. You had to actually set this shit up. It had to be actually written down like, this what we gonna do when you get here, we gonna goddamn make sure we got the camcorder. We're gonna make sure somebody record. We're gonna make sure we got the microphone. They had all that ready. They were like, hey man, so shit, we heard you be rapping and shit. So that was a threat to me. That was a threat for a good time. Like, yeah, nigga, I know how to rap. What's up? You know, I'm a little bad ass little young nigga like, hell y'all know how to rap. They were like, shit, you gonna kick son? I was like, hell yeah, they do it. I kicked son. So they recorded the shit, they showed the tape to Killer.
Oh yeah.
And Killer was like, shit, I wanna meet him, I guess. So Chris Brown was like, shit, we gonna cut school in that week. Killer wanna holler at you. I was like, why quit flexing, why? No, he don't. He was like, yo, Killer wanna holler at you, bro. He think your shit dope. So I was like, bet. So I ended up me and Killer was still in goddamn Mr. Valley on Martin Luther King. I just remember seeing like so much motherfucking dry cleaning and new clothes, and he was on tour with Outkast at the time, nominated for a Grammy. Like they got the whole world out, and I'm just a 16-year-old kid at Frederick Douglass High School on the west side of Atlanta. So my main focus was how do I get myself to this point to where like I ain't even at home enough. You know what I mean? I got a bunch of dry cleaning. So I'm like, shit, let me have myself together. When he had me to rap, I had something together. Boom. He was, I'm finna put a beat on, little nigga, since you know how to spit. I was like, all right, bet. So I spit, and he was in love with it. And I was like, shit, let's do it. He was like, shit, I'm finna start that little gang, like grind time rap gang.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 you know what I mean? So I was like, let's do it. So he was like, hey man, you think you can rap over some of this shit like this? And so he used to just give me different challenges. Like, boom, boom, boom. So I was spitting over everything. He was feeling everything I was spitting over. So I was like, let's do it. And, you know what I mean? We started getting into yo, and I was a kid. This before I even had, and I had a group a couple years later, like when I graduated, called Low Deep, and this was before that. And I was just like, shit, is this shit for real, or they just saying this to me or whatever? But he started to show and prove. Like, nigga, I'm finna come to your school. Came to my school, ate lunch with me. Of course, I got more pussy than I ever had in my life. Nigga that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? Come eat lunch with me. And of course, he went to Dub too. You know what I mean? He don't tip everybody, KP, everybody went to Dub. And like, I just was like, damn, man, this shit real. So that thing, you know, I was signing autographs on my prom picture before I graduated.
For real.
You know what I mean? So we started getting to work.
Yeah. And talk to, doing some research, I saw you created the prescription in 4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
I was I was that adamant about showing the people what I can do on my own. Cause my sisters and brothers used to be like, yeah, you know, I mean, we love killing and everything. She want to see what you can do by yourself. Now my sister done drill and fishing and Dawn, like they used to be like, man, you talented. You been rapping since you was a kid. Cause I started rapping in kindergarten.
That's it.
So they was just like, you know, we want to see you do shit on your own. So all these years I had been rapping, and I was in Pink City at the time. Shout out to Steve-O, you know what I mean? Shout out to my cousin Vish, Free Deck, you know what I mean? Shout out Monte, Q, you know what I mean? Like, it was a different type of story for me because I was really living what I'm rapping about. And so I was like, shit. I just started like taking some of my trap money and recording songs, and I bring it back to Pink City and let them folk hear it. So I'm like, boy, you need to take that shit serious, bro. Like, you fat. I'm like, quit bullshitting. Y'all niggas flex, cap ass, nigga, on. You know what I mean? So niggas like, boy, I'm dead serious, but that shit hard. So I was like, all right, so I'm finna start doing it. So goddamn, White Boy D came to the picture, cause he used to be fucking with Killer and shit. So he was like, man, I wanna put some money behind you. So in my mind, I'm like, shit, I really can put my own money behind me, but this sound better. You know what I'm saying?
It's always better to use someone else's money.
Like, all right, bet. So she, over there was like, let's do it. So he got his homegirl he went to school with or whatever. Her mom was like living in New York at the time, and she left her a house. And so like, my boy Scrag Lee, Grade A on the beat to be exact.
Grade A music.
My boy Grade A, man. My dog Fly just talked to him not too long ago. Grade A, man, let's get it. So Grade A was like, shit, I can have my equipment. He had moved back to Alabama. Like, I can have my equipment down there in no time. So we got him on the basement and set up, like, basically the whole studio set up. Bim set up the whole studio set up. Went down there. I had that written everything in the trap in Pink City. I was so fucking excited. I was so
You was ready.
I was ready. I'm the definition of if you're ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I did 20-something songs in 4 days.
Shit.
Everybody can attest to that. They were like, boy, he ain't get no pussy. He ain't go to the club. He ain't do shit. I had me a big ass bottle of Goose. My clothes. I was like, if you're really serious about something, it was just a saying that I put in my mind. Like, if you're really serious about something, you'll go live there. So I got all my belongings and I went and lived there. I packed up everything. You know what I mean? I went and lived there. We knocked that shit out in 4 days, and MoFam came to me, was like, we want to shoot a video for this motherfucker, for Track Goin Ham. So I shot Track Goin Ham, and within 3 hours of me putting it out, Todd Moskowitz and motherfucking Joey Mandel was on the phone. It was like, they want to sign you. I was like, why stop? They want to sign you. That thing, you know, YouTube banned the video.
For real.
Oh, the first motherfucker get banned from YouTube. Banned me from TV, everything. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I just want to show these people because it's so many different like discrepancies from these artists that say that they're doing this and they speak on these different things in their raps and then they get exposed about this, that, and third. We all take loss and bounce to that in general in case they want to bring that up. But that's neither here nor there. But I showed you exactly what I was rapping about.
And that was, you know, for music videos at the time.
Yeah.
People weren't doing that. You weren't seeing people hit the pipe.
Nah.
You weren't seeing people rolling up.
No.
And from my understanding is everything was unscripted too.
It was unscripted. It was just, I'm finna let y'all come record me. Most families, oh my God, like they almost got stabbed. You know what I mean? Like the police came, like all type of shit. Like I had to move to New York. All type of wild shit was going on. Like I got the hell on. My cousin, my table would call me like, buddy, you for a ride around. You got to try how the hell, man. He for look for your ass. I'm just like, bro, this really what I do. Like, nigga, so Kwanzaa Hall at the time, I think he might be a senator or like some big time guy down there. He was like, you ain't got no permit, do y'all? Like, bro, I don't sell dope no more. I'm shooting music videos, bro. Why you keep messing with me? We're like, well, you know you supposed to have a permit. I was like, man, fuck that permit. He's like, if your ass don't be gone in a minute, I'm gonna pull back around. I don't give a fuck you pull back around or not. Then we'll shoot this video. We'll get these shots off. Until it's like, this my boy now though. Like, Kwanzaa was on my bike. Shot the car like he was on my bike then. And I was like, man, fuck them, I'm gonna shoot them for the show these folks, but I'm really talking about so. Yeah. The premise of the whole video was to show people that I'm actually living what I'm rapping about. Like I had to let you see that. Versus me just rapping and then people trying to do like all this different type of research or we heard that such and such and such. No, nigga, I'm finna put it right on camera and whatever the consequences of it, I'm finna get up out of there. I'm running.
Yep.
Catch me if you can. Straight up. That's how it was. Like, that shit was serious.
What was your reaction when Andre 3000 praised you for that tape?
That's my big brother, you know what I mean? Like Andre, like me and him used to hang like motherfucker didn't even expect us to hang, like to the point where we be at motherfucking little dud-ass little script clubs and shit together, like at the yard, shot the bed, you know what I mean? Like me and Stat used to hang by ourselves, just me and him. So like, he just always let me know how much of a fan of mine he was like then. And for him to praise me for that, he was like, man, that shit hard. I got the text message and I was like, damn, that's the approval that I needed. And this your favorite rapper. And
for
right
real.
now, his favorite rapper. He was like, the fuck? So like, it was just all love, man. Shout out to 3 Stikes, man. Andre Benjamin, man. You know what I mean? Like, that nigga for real. Like, it ain't too many people that can say that I don't fuck with their music. And like, he had been fucking with my shit since I was young, cause I was around them people, do the killer, you know what I mean? And they took liking to me, so like, they're like my big brother, they're like my mentor, for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember that tape was all over the blogs, everywhere. Like, even the New York blogs were fucking with your shit then, too.
It was amazing, man. Yeah. And for me to be up there and being in Brooklyn and shooting back and forth to motherfucking Harlem and Queens and shout out to 360. I mean, like, that was my nigga then, and my nigga Sean from BK. Like, it was a lot of motherfuckers up there that would fuck with me, like, you know what I mean? Manuel, like, she was a big dog, you know what I mean? Like, she always showed love, like, DJ Dirty, like, Dirty had
Baller's Eve, yeah.
Baller's Eve player. And like all of them was like, man, we gotta fuck with this dude, you know what I mean? And then CMJ came up and like to see all the blogs posting my shit and for me to get a spot in New York and down the headline the CMJ Festival and get the cover of the New York Times, I was like, that mean I'm spitting or something. Like Scrap was in Brooklyn. So when I was staying in Brooklyn, you know what I mean, it was different. You know what I mean? It's a few other names I can name, but I don't want to name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just on some gangster shit, you know what I mean? But like I would kick me up though.
Yeah, ended up being 2010 XXL Freshman list with J. Cole, Nipsey, Big Sean,
Nip,
Wiz, Gibbs. That's
huge.
an all-star lineup, right?
It is, man. And what's so crazy is like all of us, excuse me, all of us used to be running like the circuits together, like all the fucking
festivals,
like, all the festival circuits. We all ended up around each other. Like for me, Freddie, Sean, you know what I mean, CIP Nip, like Wiz, Fashawn, Donis, J. Cole, OJ the Jew, man. We can't get Young Jew.
Oh yeah, OJ was on that too.
Nah, OJ was on that motherfucker too, but like it was just, we might have the best cover ever, and I stand on that. Like we might have
it's hard to argue against that class,
like
man.
Man, that was amazing. And like, I just remember during the shoot, or we was all stiff and shit. And so like, we know what was going on. So Vanessa, she was like, you know, you guys can loosen up. You know, we had Milk Studios. She's like, you guys can loosen up and all this different shit. And I'm like, I don't know what they mean. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, Bill, we already got you some Grey Goose and some Heineken and all the different shit. They was like, Wiz, you can smoke. Wiz pulled a QB out of his drawers.
It's like, good, I've been waiting.
Before I had my bottles and everything. Me and Nip in that blood, we rolling the Stinos. I mean, Nip, that crazy. J. Cole showed up late, but he was there. It wasn't like too late. Cole was there like on some cool shit. And Ju-Man was rolling no real like city extendo with the swishles.
That was big at the time, though.
We like Ju-Man was the first time them niggas seen extendo and Ju-Man smoking. We ain't rolling paper. Ju-Man got the real extendo with the swishles. We smoking the motherfucking dinner. The folk looking like, boy, we want to hit that. Man, that shit, man, listen, when I tell you that shit was motherfucking epic. When I say it was epic, dog, like it was just all love, positive energy, a bunch of young guys who really appreciate the camaraderie of each other and being able to bond within the culture when it comes to music. You know what I mean? That's always something that people can identify with.
Yeah.
And we're from all different parts of the world. You know, granted that Atlanta had 3 guys on the cover, you know, I gotta say that. You know what I mean?
Pop your shit.
Yeah, I even pop my shit. And, you know, Atlanta had 3 guys on the cover, man, me being one of them, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like we had a great time.
Yeah, and you and Gibbs had a pretty good relationship too, right?
Oh yeah.
Were you guys supposed to drop a collab project?
Yeah, we was. I don't know what happened.
Does it exist?
Man, I mean, we did some records.
Because the few songs that did come out, you guys' chemistry was
man.
insane, man.
Yeah, everybody's still asking for me and the Gangsta Gill, Gangsta Pill and Gangsta Gill, you know what I mean? Cocaine Rabbit, you know what I mean? And my boy, I love him to death. Like, I remember Fredo, funny story, we was in LA. I was out there fucking with Nip. You know what I mean? I was out there fucking with Fredo. I did some shit with Pac Div, all the motherfuckers. We had records. I remember me and Nip had a show at motherfucking House of Blues. Like, it was lit. Like, I played basketball with Yeezy in West Hollywood. Like, it went like, that was one of my best experiences my first time in LA.
Oh, shit.
But we was on the way to Echo. I think it was on Hollywood Boulevard. And I was with Mibbs and all the Pac Div niggas, all of us, right? And dude, I know Freddie was a real nigga. We had just shot the Wound to the Tomb video. And we decided to go out that night. And so goddamn, we get to Echo. It's a club or whatever. We get to Echo, and so we at the door, and you know how it is in LA, like they can refuse you because of small shit. Fred had on some jorts. Fred had on some jean shorts. They were like, "No, he not getting in." I won't never forget that. I was like, "Fuck that, we finna figure this out, Fred. This my dog. I ain't finna go in them motherfucker without." He's like, "Nah, fuck that shit. I'm finna go outside while get me some wings or something." I was like, "Nah, bro, nah, hell nah, bro. Fuck that shit. I ain't going in. You ain't getting in." He said, "Man, I ain't even tripping on no shit like that. I already know how these motherfuckers be acting. Funky motherfuckers be trying to trip over your dress code and shit." So I was like, "All right, man." He was like, "I'm finna go down here and get me some wings and watch the game and shit." I don't know what was on, but I was like, "Man, fuck this shit, man. I don't want to go in there. I ain't no going that bitch getting lit, getting fucked up with Pac Div, White Boy D, all us. We got crazy in that motherfucker." And I was like, "Man, we gotta leave, man. We gotta leave. We gotta go check on Freddie." Freddie on the outside patio on like a 15-piece. Smoking and watching TV. I was like, "This is a real nigga."
He was straight.
Yeah, he was straight. Yo, this nigga was good. The nigga outside with some weeds watching TV, dog, like it was shit, smoking and everything. Like, nah, I was good. I wasn't even tripping over that shit. I was like, this nigga Fred out here goddamn mad, man. And my boy shout out to Gangsta Gill, man. Cocaine Rabbit, man. What's that? Let's get one in.
Yeah, we need that, man.
Yeah.
We need them songs, man.
Yeah, I know. We got some shit, though.
Yeah. So how did the deal with MMG come about?
Actually, I was already signed to Warner Brothers.
Okay.
So I had a 3-year deal, and I had been bouncing around for a little minute or whatever, and doing my thing, got the cover, and New York Times, XXL, all that shit. Destroyed, South by Southwest. Can't wait to get back on that circuit. And when they saw that, you know what I mean, they knew it was power, it was strength in numbers, and I didn't even have radio play. And so and my manager or whatever, we were having some discrepancies at the time, so I was like, "Man, fuck this shit. I'm finna just goddamn grinded out. Emmanuel was flying me up to New York and shit. She was, part of my management squad at the time too. So I was like, shit. She had me some good shit lined up. So I'm going to EVR to go fuck with DJ Dirty and them. And Mark Ronson was right there. So goddamn, he loved my music. And he was like, he heard about me because of Wale.
Oh yeah?
And it was crazy. He was like, Wale one of your biggest fans. And I was like, I ain't even know that. And he was signed to Alito Interscope, which was Mark Ronson's label at the time. You know what I mean? And so I gotta thank Wale for the collab for being able to run around the globe with Mark Ronson. So I started, linking up with Mark Ronson or whatever, and I started having some motherfucking traction. Had real motion. And that thing, I was on Jimmy Kimmel, yada yada. And so now the label, like, how the fuck did he do that? Like,
yeah, they didn't set that up.
They ain't even set it up. Like, yo, how did you make that happen? So I was fucking with Mark Ronson, one of the biggest motherfuckers on the planet. You know what I mean? So like, after that, Joey had hit me up, Joey Manda. He was like, yo, man, we got some big things in store for you. It's just gonna be huge, man. It's gonna make you huge. I'm like, all right. So Rose DMing me. So I'm like, damn. Oh, my girl at the time. I'm like, damn, I wonder what the fuck this nigga hit me up. Like, I fucked with him. I seen him at the Tatted Up video shoot, and it was another video shoot. So whatever video shoot it was at Toogie Shop. Oh, then I was like, damn. So he was like, what you got going on, man? We need to link. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, damn, Rose keep on hitting me up. I'm like, I fuck with their music, like, well, the biggest thing on the planet right now. So I was like, all right. So I was like, yo, I'm really on the way to London right now. That's a big flex. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a major flex to be like, I'm on the way to London with Mark Ronson. You know what I mean? So he like, shit, well, hit me when you get from across the pond, you know what I mean? So let's make it link. He was like, go get that bag, my nigga. I was like, bet. I went and got that bag, got back. We linked up, nigga flew me straight to Miami. I got to Miami, the shit was picturesque. It was like a movie. The nigga was getting tatted, sipping rosé, personal tattoo artist right there, beats blaring from the studio. Stepping in, I got my Alessandro Delacro's on. I'm thinking I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I walk in that bitch and I'm like, this nigga got it going on for real. This nigga up, and it's stuck. Looking around, ain't got the beats. I'm like, where the studio at? He can attest to this. I was like, man, where the studio at? He was like, go on in there. Straight in the studio, drop records, BM. Sound Sneak was like, yeah, like we lit, you know what I mean? Y'all the different shit. Spiff was in that motherfucker, so he was like, hey, look, take him down the gallery or the gallery, whatever the biggest like shopping district, little Walters type shit is. He was like, go get him whatever he want. Rose plays the call, boom. Hey, whatever he order, give it to him. Whatever he need. Hey, Sneak, I need you to get him some behind the scenes, some little video shit shot, take the camera down there with him. I was like, they flexing, they capped up. Man, I went in that bitch and poured out everything. Them folk put that shit in bags, shot them film the whole thing. I was like, oh shit. Me and Sound Sneak in the mountain, woo! We flashing back, we get back. All right, damn. Get back to recording this shit. And got there, we get back to recording. Later on that night, Spill right up there. Rosetto got the goddamn MMG chain. I don't even know what's going on. I was just thinking I'm coming out there to make some music, dude. I'm so green to the situation. You know what I mean? Because the label ain't really just identified any of the details when it comes to us linking, like being a part of this label and the new, you know what I mean? Like it's about to be a self-made record made. I don't know none of this shit. I'm just rolling with the flow. Like the label said, okay, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. So I was like, let's do it. I went down there. It was all love. Like, Shout know how to ball. I can't tell you that.
All right, so how come we never got a solo Pill album while you're on the MMG?
I mean, I put out a project, but it just wasn't an album. It was mainly like a mixtape. But if you want to keep it all the way a brick, that MMG Self-Made was my album.
Oh, really?
They let me free from the label because of that. I signed for one album. And I had the most songs on that motherfucker. I had 7 records on that bitch.
That's right, you did.
And I had the only solo record on that bitch. And if you remember when the first cover of that bitch came out, it was me in the front. You know what I mean? In the desert. You know what I mean? But like, they ain't to take credit from nobody else, but like, that constituted as my one album. So that was my solo project. But I put out the Diagnosis when I was on MMG.
Okay.
With the chain on. So like, I don't know if people weren't familiar with that, but like, on the low, that motherfucker had big features. Like, the motherfucking Pac-Man remix was on there with Tit. Motherfucking Yo Gotti, Meek, Gunplay, Rose, like everybody was on that motherfucker. I had Trade the Truth on that bitch. I had motherfucking Tech 9. I had everybody on that motherfucker. Like, it went crazy. But like, that was my solo project on there. And I also had a movie dropping too at the same time. So like, I had a lot of motion. But it just, you know how that shit go.
Yeah.
Like, technically, that was like my one album.
And I remember there was rumors, I don't even think it was rumors, but you, Big Boy, and Killer Mike was supposed to drop.
I'm still waiting on that project. I've been talking there, like, everybody started to just shoot out of nowhere. Like, this is before Run the Jewels, shout out to Killer. You know what I mean? And I just talked to his ass recently. And I talked to Big not too long ago, probably like a month or two ago. Like, but like, we was working. Like, we was supposed to actually put out a whole project.
Yeah. We
still got the music. It's just in the vault right now. It's think on you. You know what I mean? But like, we got it together. Like, these are my mentors and these are my brothers at the same time. These are guys who groomed me in rap and made me hone my skills to be able to hang around these guys to where they be like, hit that shit one time. And they gotta be on point. They gotta be up to par to where like guys like this who are lyrically inclined and musically inclined are like fathers of this Atlanta rap shit. You know what I mean? You gotta know how to spit as well, and you gotta be multifaceted to be able to get on any type of beat and be able to rap within any type of genre of music. And so I had that type of grooming. So I can't wait till it come out though. It's gonna hit one day.
It needs to. I could have, if that would have dropped back then, you know how big that project would have been?
They was interviewing me forever about that. Like, we were working too. Shout out to Big, man, one of my best birthdays ever too. Like, picked me up in the Phantom. I was drinking Cristal from when Jay was opening up for them on tour from like 96, some crazy shit. And he cracked a few of them bottles open, picked me up, me and my ex-wife, Emily wife. And I mean, I was like, man, I'm like, damn, man, Big showing me major love, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That felt good.
How many songs, do you remember how many songs you guys had recorded?
Probably like 8 or 9 of the motherfuckers, like,
man, that's a project right there.
But like, in general, like, it's infinite amount of records that we done record. I recorded on shit. I probably supposed to been on like a few of the projects that Big released that I had verses for. But we probably would scrap them and put them on the project with us instead. But like, I had recorded for a lot of shit. Like, we got records. Like, I can go up there now. I got records that I've never put out that need their verses on it. They got records that they never put out. They need my verses on it. And we got actual records as well. Like, I still got shit with Scar singing on it and Chris Carmuse like produced it. And like, I got all type of shit. I never put it out because I know exactly what it's for. It's specifically for this project. So I just listen to it from time to time for nostalgic reasons. You know what I mean? But like, other than that, but like, we got some heat.
There was a period of time, probably about 5 years, where you didn't drop any music.
Nah, I didn't.
What happened? What was going on during that time?
I was going through hell, man. Got a t-shirt for it, like, in and out, fucking divorce, like, mental shit, like, somebody spiked me, stole my hard drive, like, motherfucker was putting the police on me, stealing all my shit. Like, I just went through so many different things, you know what I mean, to where, like, for me to be able to show my face and on a regular basis, even through those trials and those tribulations of me actually being up and down in the public's eye within the city, and the city knows this, you know what I mean? Like, I've been through hell. And I started to lose my confidence. Like, people would show me videos and like, well, you know, you like that trippy. One year I went to BET Award by myself and I was iced out, you know what I mean? Steve-O got me right, you know what I mean? And got down all the mama wrist, all the different shit, but I wasn't even feeling that shit. Like, I just like, I supposed to be up here accepting an award or performing or something, but I was just at that motherfucker, like, like with it on me, looking like it, smelling like it, walking like it, like feeling like it. But we just had better seats than the motherfucker who was getting awards and just in that bitch, dolo. You know what I mean? And like the confidence level wasn't there, to be honest. Like my confidence wasn't there. Like I wasn't feeling myself as much as I should have, and you know, you shouldn't be arrogant, you shouldn't be all these things that they say. But as a person that's within front of the camera, you're supposed to be in some way, shape, or form. You're supposed to exude confidence to give other people that type of understanding and that other people that type of confidence to where they can feel like they can do this. And you know what I mean? So like a lot of guys don't understand it, or arrogance or conceited or all the different shit. How in the fuck I'm gonna be able to make anybody else believe that? If I don't feel myself, if I ain't feeling me, then who will? You know what I mean? So like it was a different type of level. You know what I mean? I remember Scrap goddamn being on my ass like, man, you need to get your ass back out here, man. Come on here, get you a cut, man. Like, you know, you got these people down here looking for you, their music shit. I remember motherfucking Todd Marshall was looking for me to give me goddamn like 150 band for a mixtape, and I ain't even know which way was up. And this was during the dark times of Peel, you know what I mean? And I was going through it, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna count. Like, I was going through real life shit. Like, I really was fucked up, like, mentally, physically. Like, my money was being stole. Like, all my worldly possessions. Then got my cars, and I'm going through divorce, and my clothes in storage, and I can't even get my drip together, and I gotta go trap and go help my cousin them, and I'm just like, damn, man. Like, I knew what was going on, but I couldn't really control it because it felt like it was a chemical imbalance. You know what I mean? Like, mental health is real. You know what I mean? So, like, I just thank God for shaking me up out that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I dropped some shit a few times, but it was unnoticed. It's probably me doing some shit sporadically and spontaneously just because I knew that was within me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What helped pull you out of that dark place?
I mean, shit, a lot of motherfuckers from my cousins, from Scrap to Olo to Fredro, you know what I mean? Like, from Tukey, you know what I mean? Like, just a lot of different motherfuckers that helped me get up out that dark place. And looking at pictures of my brother and Drill, my sister, or just TV, you know what I mean? My other cousin, like, Q, like everybody used to just the hood, 4 piece, everybody used to be on my ass, like, man, you know who you is, bro. Shout out Uncle Will, like, man, motherfucker used to be on my ass. You know what I mean? Shout out that boy Olay, like, motherfucker used to be on my ass, man, like, yeah, bro, you a ball, bro, like, what you doing out here like this, my nigga, like you supposed to be doing music, boy, so these motherfuckers be putting me in the studio when I was tripping. So I got so much music. And it's like, regardless of what the motherfuckers say, the music that I was making then when I was in that lost place is fucking phenomenal. Like, I just heard a few records. I was like, damn, this me? Like, I did this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm sure you were pouring out all those emotions into the music.
All that shit was pouring out of me. So when I listened to it, I'd be like, yo, this shit ready to go right now. But I ain't ever put it out. Like, I was fucking with a couple of cat, like, you know what I mean? Free that boy goddamn. Like, I ain't even gonna get into that deep shit, cause there's a lot of deep shit that go along with mentioning these names, cause a nigga really on street shit for real. But anyway, free my guy, man. Free the guys, you know what I mean? But shit get deep. Like, it's a lot of different shit that go on when you in these streets for real, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But we hear you back in the studio now, right?
Of course. I got no choice.
So you're ready to come back?
Putting that sledgehammer on these folk, John. I ain't got no choice in me, not on me, John, man. I know how to step for real. A lot of these niggas know how to make it seem like they know how to step because they might have somebody else's shoes on, so I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know how to step for real. And it's a lot of these stories that I ain't never told, like, that I really, like, I don't even try to perpetuate, that is the right word, I want to say, the lifestyle, and I don't try to make it seem as if I'm bigger than what I am. It's a lot of unknown details that I've left out or omitted within my music career that I've went through that would overshadow all this cap ass shit that these niggas speaking on. But like, I don't want to be the mad guy or anything like that. I never have been, because like a lot of these guys see me out in the streets and I'm kicking my shit regardless of a record deal or any of that shit. Don't be me anyway. Like, that's why they say it gotta be in you now. You don't need any of this type of, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think you need these type of, like, for lack of a better word, gratuitous gestures in order to be pushed into the spotlight. But art imitates life, so I'm really living this shit. So like, that's a difference. You know what I mean? But I got a lot of records, man. Like, probably end up dropping like maybe like a little EP, 6-song EP. I got a record right now produced by the art teacher called Bitch in the Bag. Go and get that right now. It's on all streaming platforms. And I got another record produced by the art teacher called Change on Me. You know what I mean? It's gonna be next, but the upcoming project is called The Plague. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, I'm working. Yeah. Got a lot of records shot at that boy Key as well. You know what I mean? One of my homies. You know what I mean? He doing his thing as well. But like, I'm just in a position to tell one of the greatest stories ever told, and it actually be factual. Yeah. And expose it all and let you know, like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not leaving any stone unturned. I want you to actually understand where I'm coming from physically and mentally. And I want to show you that I'm here for you to see. I'm be transparent for you. You know what I mean? So other people that may not have a voice can speak through me and live vicariously through me. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Do you feel like people forget about your contributions to the Atlantic music scene here?
Of course. I've seen some lists that I wasn't on, you know what I mean? But it never really bothered me. I never wanted to go on a rant or anything like that, because a majority of those guys came to me, you know what I mean, early on, and got their confidence or learned how to write bars or got they drip or they sauce from me, and they called for me. You know what I mean? Like, they already know who the real one is and who been kicking this shit since day one. Like, I was spinning when nobody wanted to spin. You feel me? So like, I really do this shit. You know what I mean? So it's a difference when a motherfucker who just pick up off a nigga or just soak up, you know what I mean, who they see and what's around them and tell their story. Now, I really do this shit. You know what I mean? So like, it's no law laws. Like, a lot of people forget. It may be other hands that's involved that make them forget, and that's on them. But they won't ever forget me, because I'm embedded in history, pure art. Hell is you doing?
Okay then.
Okay then.
All right, Pill, any shout outs before we wrap this up, man? And I appreciate your time.
I really appreciate you. Shout out to y'all first and foremost for having me, Dirty Girl Blast. And know what I mean? The Plague coming soon. Know what I mean? Shout out to Skrizzy, shout out to Olo, shout out to Fredo, shout out to Key, shout out to Stebo, shout out to my nigga V. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kai. You feel me? Shout out to Olay, Finesse. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy, like, who on the ground on a daily basis. Shout out to my brother and two of my sisters, Bowhead, Fear, and Drill, Saddam, like, all my kinfolk, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to that boy Toot as well, man. You already know what the fuck going on.
I gotta work in the pole, she doing mattress. I put your shit in the bag, yeah.